Hey guys, Anthony Forby for Adventures. I just really need to talk to everyone, and it's really important. It's a safety message that everybody needs to hear. Doesn't matter where you are really, in Australia or in the world, what vehicle you're driving, it's a real safety message. And what's given me the motivation is, in the last couple of days, two of my friends have been rear-ended, okay? So both in, both Toyotas, one not in the Prado, who's in the Corolla. So they've both had people run in the back of them, and we all know what the reason why they were run in the back of, right? And that's because people are looking and using their phones. Now, just want to give you some ideas to help you avoid it. You may be one of the people that doesn't touch your phone, doesn't use your phone. You may be one of the people that thinks you can use the phone safely. You may or may not be able to do that, because it's like, to go off topic for a minute, drink driving, some people can't drive when they're sober. So, there's certainly some good drivers that could have a couple of drinks and maybe be slightly over the limit and drive better. But, you're still not allowed to do that. So you're not allowed to touch the phone while you're driving in Australia, as far as I know. That's pretty well all states of Australia, but could be wrong, because the inconsistencies between states is another problem. Nobody knows what's going on from one state to the next, because, there's always different ways, there's always, different, so anyway, back on topic. So how do we avoid it? Well, I believe some of the laws have actually caused the problem. Just briefly, you're not allowed to talk on, it started off, you're not allowed to, it was phone calls. It wasn't text message or emails, it was phone calls. So that's where they banned phones, if you like. You're not allowed to have a phone call. Now, I'm sure we could all agree that if I was on a phone right now, just like I'm talking to a video, I could be talking to someone on the phone, on a hands-free, and you're allowed to do that. But even to start and stop a call, you're allowed to change your radio station, but you're not allowed to start or stop a call by touching the phone. And I've got to be honest here, in one of our latest vehicles, I spend more time and frustration trying to talk to the phone to get it to call the right person, including some touching the screen you're allowed to do, and it's just dangerous, where I could use the phone to do it quite much more safely. Anyway, so they've banned calls. So what that did, that forced people to text messaging, which obviously takes a lot more time, finger work and attention, right? So there's a problem. So they've sort of caused that problem, pushing them to texting. So then that's when the laws changed again, and they've banned, that's the whole not allowed to touch the phone thing. So you're not allowed to do anything with your phone. So you can set the Google Maps and not touch it while you're driving. So set it before you leave and all that. That's cool, and don't touch it. But the problem is, people, and I'm not saying it's you or me and who it is or who isn't, but there's so many people, they cannot live without their phones. They cannot do a half an hour road trip and put the phone in the boot of the vehicle. Oh, what's that? I heard a bit message. Oh, I might miss something. You know what? You need to just either miss it, or you need to not touch the vehicle, the phone, at least when you're moving. If you want to break the rules, probably not good, but you can break the rules and be safer than that's a can of worms as well. But what I'm trying to say is, if the phone was mounted on a windscreen mount in your view, not blocking your view, but on the corner of your windscreen, down low, out of the way, where you could see it, where you could look at it every now and then, perhaps when you're at the lights or when you're moving slowly with heaps of gap. I don't mean writing emails and stories and spending the time people do, but by making it illegal and massive fines, what people have done, they don't have them up in view, because if you touch the phone even once, just to, something happened with Google Maps and you're near your address and you just need to press recenter or something like that, these things can happen, and you get seen touching it, it's over $400. And if it's a long weekend, what is it? They do double fines and double demerits, some of these. And look, I totally agree with safety, and we need to manage this, but what's happening now is people don't have them up on the screen, right? They don't have them up on the screen where you can touch it once or twice every now and then, maybe at the lights, maybe while you're stopped going really slow and it's just one touch. I know it's illegal, don't do it. But if you insist on doing it, that's the way to do it. Yes, you risk a fine, but what are people doing? They've got them down hidden in their laps, they've got them down on their car seat. We're driving now, I'm watching people one after the other. People can't live without their phones. They've got them down on the driver's seat between their legs, they've got it on their leg. As you approach the vehicle, you look in their side mirrors and you can see their eyes looking down to their lap. You watch all the vehicles swerving around, they're going along the lane and they're just making these sudden corrections. We all know what's going on, right? It's dangerous. This is why two people I know have been rear-ended recently. There's going to be plenty more that we don't know of. It's just a complete waste of the vehicles, creating work that there's nobody to do the work, and of course safety. It gets much worse. There's people getting killed. I'm sure it's probably every day, and a lot of it's going to be not speed, not red lights, and it's all bad. All these things you need to sort of follow within the guidelines to drive properly and safely. But this looking at phones down there, don't do it. Don't look at the phones down there. Don't touch your phone. If you insist on the odd touch at the lights or whatever, I reckon you need to have it up on a mount. I've got a phone right now. I'm looking at it, right? I can look at it, I can look at it, no problem. I'm not touching it, but I could touch it, and it's a non-issue. It's up in my view, just like touch it. It's even better than the radio. The radio I'm allowed to touch. I'm allowed to adjust the fan speed, the climate control, that's down there. And then down lower, that's where everybody else is, right? So I'm just warning you, beware of everybody doing this. If you're one of the ones doing it, please consider your behavior and what you're doing with the phone, because it's really dangerous. People are getting hurt, they're getting killed, they're getting inconvenienced. It just needs to stop. It's really dangerous. Guys, thanks for watching. Share it around if you think it's going to help someone. And if you like it, smash the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on. We've got better videos. This isn't really adventures, but it's been a bit of an adventure. Thanks for watching. See ya.